See if anybody comes back this weekend, because last Saturday we didn't have a lot of people. I took a break for like 6 weeks. And I think I lost some folks. I gotta glove up. So we're gonna tongue oil a bunch of stuff this morning. Which, I don't know. I think it's the end of summer, right? Everybody's on vacation. What's up, people? Welcome. We're gonna oil some wood. Should be a good time. Super exciting stuff. Got a few Uwara we gotta oil up first. Oh, I guess I can't fit all three of these. There we go. If you got any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Just oiling up some oak Uwara right now. Oh wait, crap! I don't know what have I done? Hang on, I forgot to pour it into the holes. You gotta oil the holes. It's very important to oil the holes. There we go. All right, got to make sure the holes have oil in them. Otherwise, actually, I think that's going to be all of my tongue oil from this one. There we go. I got one of the palm tapered Uwara here. I tongue oil this one first, and I got a couple of more traditional style ones. If you've never seen this style of Uwara, there's probably a reason for that. It's my shop's the only shop that makes these palm taper style Uwara. I've never seen them anywhere else, which makes sense since I'm the one who designed them, but has a slight taper in the palm so that you're able to get a better grip on it when you're striking. All right, let me go stick this in the dry room. Be right back. Welcome to Saturday Staining, everybody. We are staining up woods. I go live every Saturday after I finish working in the shop, just because it's really boring to do this. It's kind of the least exciting part of my Saturday, so I know that makes you guys feel really interested in watching, probably. But thanks for the likes, everybody. Hey, good morning. Sorry, no good. Joanne, how you doing, Joanne? Welcome. Yeah, this is a more traditional style Uwara. This one doesn't have a palm taper. There's a cord that'll go in these holes here, and that anchors it to your hand so that you can strike with it without it slipping out of your palm. People in karate, kopojutsu, and some Filipino martial arts, I think, also use palm sticks and Uwara. One more Uwara, and then I'm moving on to the big stuff. Can I sing you Happy 23? I don't even know what that is. I don't know. I don't know what Happy 23 is. You probably don't want me to sing anything. I can barely carry a tune. All I'm going to do is insult your ears. All right, here we go. Got this last Uwara. Excuse me. Got this last year. Oiled up. Be right back. Here we go. And now I've got one of my European beach bouquet here. I got these are probably the strongest bouquet that I make in my shop. This European beach is pretty awesome stuff. It's pressure treated. I make these from the same blanks they use to make axe and sledgehammer handles. This will get another tung oil finish tomorrow. All of my boken and wasters in my shop are guaranteed. If they break when they're not supposed to break, I replace them. I deserve a like. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Mr. Scrappity. And B&S, what's up? Welcome to the chat, people. But yeah, if you buy one of my boken or wasters in my shop and you go to spar with it and it cracks or snaps on you, I will replace it. No charge. You don't have to return it. All you got to do is send me a message and say, hey, it broke when it should not have broken, and I will make you another one, and I will send it to you. That easy. All right, let me go stick this one in here. And I got this walking stick. This is I had a neighbor in the last hurricane we had. He had an Osage tree, orange Osage, and it came down, and I was able to harvest a little bit of it. Not much, unfortunately, but enough to make a walking stick. Osage is pretty nice stuff. Hey, what's up, Vincenzo? Welcome. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this Saturday. If you got any questions, drop those in the chat. Help me be a little less bored this morning. This one, this will get corded up tomorrow. I'll put a handle wrap on it, do some finishing work, which I go live for that in the morning around 7:30 a.m. I go live on Sunday mornings for my finishing work. I know it's an ungodly hour for most people to be awake on Sunday mornings. But yeah, 7:30 Eastern time, I go live. I find that most people who come to my lives are either up super early or up very late. All right, let me go stick this thing in here. And I've got a Gladius waster, but it's already soaking. It's getting a mineral oil soak. It doesn't get the tung oil. It's a different design. All right, let me clear this up real quick. Gotta wipe out my little box here. Otherwise, I'll end up with a whole bunch of sticky tung oil on the bottom. Morning, Mr. Scrappity. How's it going? Welcome to my party. All right. There we go. I'm done with the tung oil. Now we're moving on to the vampire steaks. I got a few actually I got like 8 vampire steaks we got to stain this morning. Because spooky season is, I keep saying spooky season's coming, but to be honest, it's already here. It's crazy. Like, I have already started selling vampire steaks. Normally, I don't start selling those until like the first week of September, but this year's been a little different. All right, let's take this out of the way here. This year has been a little different with that. Seems like people are already buying steaks for Halloween. I feel like I probably sell more vampire steaks than anybody else on the internet, because I make all different kinds, and Halloween is like the holidays part one for my shop. So I go from September, October for spooky season, then right into the holidays. Pretty much right from there, I go into November, December. Usually November, December, I'm doing more custom work, because people want custom orders for Christmas gifts and stuff. So I do those. If you got any questions about what I do or what I'm working on here, feel free to stick those in the chat. Or I can just keep talking to the air, which is fine. I enjoy talking. All right. I've got these poplar steaks, but first we're gonna do, I've got two of these hickory daggers. We're gonna cut these up and distress them a little bit. Then we're gonna stain them. Tomorrow morning they'll get a handle wrap, and I already have a bunch of these on the shop, just adding to the inventory because I tend to sell a lot of these around Halloween. Oh my gosh, my hands are sweaty. Knees weak, palms are heavy. There we go. Hands are sweaty, makes these gloves hard to get on. All right, so before we start staining, I've got to distress these a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is cut them across in a few spots, and when I stain them, the stain will go into the cuts, and it looks kind of cool. Makes them look kind of battle worn. It kind of sucks a little bit though, because I spend a lot of time making and sanding these, and then I go and ugly them up. But when it comes to vampire steaks, people tend to like them more if they look used than if they look shiny and new. So I'm trying to make more of my vampire steaks that aren't quite so pretty. So they look old and ugly and nice and used. There we go. I think that should be enough for these. Ohayo gozaimasu! Welcome, Jakabe! I think this will probably be the last time I use this particular can of stain, because I think it's running pretty low. Good. Welcome to Saturday Staining, everybody, at Warrior Wooden Props. If you got any questions, feel free to drop those in the chat and I will answer them. Give me something to talk about this morning. Or like I said, I can just continue talking to the air. Holy crap, this has gotten so thick. Well, that can't be a bad thing. At least the stain will take. But yeah, this may be the last hurrah for this can of stain. It is getting low. Get low, get low, get low. All right, I am very sorry for that. I am old, and I am showing my age with the songs that I am singing. Somebody asked me to sing earlier when I first came on, and I said I couldn't sing, and now I'm sitting here singing, so terribly. All right. Holy crap, this stain is so thick. Good gracious. It's thick. That's all right. At least we know it will definitely get into the grain. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see the cuts. They pop off out a little better once the stains had some time to set into the wood. All right, let me go put this one up. Oh, excuse me. Try not to stab through my stain cloth here. These tips are very sharp. That's why I have to tell people if they buy a steak from my shop, please do not stake anyone for any reason. These are for entertainment purposes only. If you happen to run into a real vampire, then go ahead, but be sure that you've run into a real vampire, because from what I understand, staking a person in the heart, that will also kill humans. So be careful with that, please. You know, if you're gonna stake a vampire, be very certain that it's an actual vampire. Please don't stake anybody. Please don't stake any humans with my stakes. I don't want to end up on the news for that. All right, I'm gonna put this one up. And these other ones, these poplar steaks, I already make a similar style steak to this, but the ones I make have more of the other ones I make have more of a pyramidal tip. These have more of a standard traditional kind of tapered tip. And I'm going to cord wrap the handles on these just to give people a different option. These are the cheapy steaks that I make in the shop. They still look cool, but they are not super expensive because they're made from poplar, which is not a super expensive wood. And they don't take me a whole lot of time to make, so I don't charge much for these. So if you need a cost-effective vampire steak option for your vampire hunter cosplay or Halloween costume, these work great. But these are going to be a slightly nicer set. These are going to be stained, and they will get a little cord wrap on the handles. These will probably sell for $18 or $19, which the other kind that are like these that are even simpler to make, those only sell for like $16. Those are super cheap. Super cheap. All right. Be right back. We got 6 of these to get through, people. So, like I said, if you got questions, hit me up in that chat, and I will do my best to answer them. Like, don't ask me the meaning of life or anything like that, because I don't know. I'm missing, I got excuse me, a few people like Luis and a couple other people that used to come all the time, but I haven't seen them the last few times. I don't know. I think they might be, might have disappeared on me. All right, be right back. 2 down. Oh, and the other crappy thing is I've got the insurance company for our building is sending a safety inspector next week. And of course, they didn't tell me that no one seems to know what day or time the safety inspector is coming. So I'm supposed to clean my shop, which I do anyway, but I don't normally deep clean it. I usually deep clean it like once a month, and now I got to do it again. So tomorrow, after I do my finishing work tomorrow morning, I got to spend probably the rest of the day in here sweeping up sawdust and wiping down the walls and all that stuff. Should be super fun. Probably won't do that. Probably won't go live for that. There we go. Yeah. It sucks too, because like normally on Sundays I like to watch a bad movie. That's kind of my thing. I watch after I get done for the weekend. I reward myself by watching a horrible movie, and because I have a weird addiction to bad cinema. But last couple weeks I haven't been able to. Stuff keeps happening. And other stuff keeps demanding my attention, which I'm not super thrilled about. I need a break. It's funny because I just took a bunch of time off from work. I took like 6 weeks off from doing this, and I already feel like I need a break. All right, there we go. But if you got questions about what I'm doing or what I do with the shop or anything like that, feel free to drop those in the chat. Or you can just sit here and watch me buff my wood. I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. That was very inappropriate. I apologize. There we go. All right, 2 more. And then I am done. The thing that really sucks is like I would take the time to just clean the shop today, but I gotta come in tomorrow and do some stuff, so I'm just gonna get messed up again. So I have to wait until tomorrow because I've got a Gladius waster that's over there sitting in mineral oil that I can't really move until it is done. So that's got to sit for like at least 12 hours. Make sure the mineral oil penetrates all the way into the wood so that it dents instead of cracks. It's kind of the poor man's tongue oil is mineral oil. It's a really good way if you're using wasters or Boken. Soak it in usually sometimes it's called lemon oil. It's just a mineral oil. And it will soften just the exterior part of the wood, and it makes it where it dents slightly instead of cracking. And you just have to reapply the mineral oil to it. Usually it's lemon scented, which makes your Boken smell like lemons, but it definitely works. You just have to reapply it like every few weeks or so, or right before you're going to use it. Last one. Ow. Ah. My finger cramped. That can't be good. All right. Last one. And it's funny though, like I had the fire marshal in here like a couple months ago, and he didn't hit me for anything. I feel like I don't know why I have to clean up for the insurance inspector. Like I don't really get why that's required, but oh well. I didn't want to have my Sunday anyway, right? All right. Woot woot. Last one. Yay. All right, give me 1 second. Let me throw this away. Well, I don't know. I keep thinking this thing's tanked, but I don't think it is. Oh, good gracious. Yeah, you guys ever have like one of those periods where like just nothing is cooperating with you? Going through one of those right now. Like in the shop, everything's great. Like, people are coming back to buy stuff, which is great. After Etsy shut me down, that was a pain in the butt. But like things are going slightly better. But in everything else, feels like doesn't cooperate with me. I feel like the shop is the only thing that keeps me sane these days. My day job definitely does not. That's all right. I'll be right back. Let me go put this stuff up. Anyway, like I said, I do my finishing work on all this stuff on Sunday mornings around 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. So if you're up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, I don't know why you are, but if you are, you can come hang out. I'm in the other room on Sundays. It's when I cord up all the Uara and cord wrap the handles on all the stuff that needs to have handles cord wrapped. And so I don't know why I'm threateningly swinging a hammer around, but anyway, yeah, those usually go a little longer. My Saturday staining videos tend to go pretty short. They're like 30 to 45 minutes. My Sunday lives tend to go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on how much stuff I've got to wrap up. And it looks like tomorrow I'm going to have quite a bit of stuff to cord wrap, which usually is just people watching me have hand cramps from trying to cord wrap everything. I'm going to finish cleaning up real quick. If you got any questions for me, drop those in the chat, and I will answer them before I sign off. I feel like I should find like something to talk about while I do these, like start doing like story time or something. I tell you guys a fairy tale or something every time I do this. Give me something to actually talk about. Whew. All right, people. Oh, sorry. Got one more thing. I gotta put these up, and I will be done. Calling it a day. All right. Well, folks, unless anyone's got any questions, I'm going to call it a day. If you are around tomorrow morning, we'd love to see you for my Sunday finishing work live at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. I will be on tomorrow. For those of you who hung around and gave me likes, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care.